Good morning, children. Welcome to our remote learning class. It is an hour today, so we have a lot of exciting fun to do with you guys today. So let's start off with our calendar. So we changed. We're in a brand new month. It's bye-bye April, hello May. So it's spring showers, bring May flowers. So if yesterday was Thursday, what is today? Today is Friday. So if yesterday was Thursday, today is Friday. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Saturday. So let's do our songs of the days of the week. You ready? There are 7 days. There are 7 days. There are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days. There are 7 days. There are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, so we only got one number to count to. Just one. So today is Friday, May 1st, 2020. So we have two special holidays in May. We have Mother's Day and we have Memorial Day. And so we have a lot of fun today. What is the weather like today? The weather is sunny and cloudy. So we're just going to leave it on sunny because we want it to be a sunny day. Okay? And I also want to welcome the kids that are going to be doing remote learning plus doing the Zoom class in the afternoon. And if you have any questions about the homework we've been doing or the homework we're going to be doing, we'll talk about that during Zoom time and saying hi to all our friends that are joining into the Zoom. So next is Miss Alice. She's going to show you a sensorial job. Thank you.
Thanks, Miss Anna. Hi, my friends. Welcome to our first day of remote learning. We're going to learn so much more. Okay, and so today I'm going to teach you guys about geometric solids. So remember in your classroom, you probably noticed these shapes, right? They're in all your classrooms, so you probably go, oh, what are these shapes? So you know that we have two-dimensional shapes. So you have circle, you have square, you have triangle, you have rectangle. There are 3D shapes, so three-dimensional shapes. So today we're going to learn about 3 of them, okay? So there's a worksheet online that your parents can print out, but today we're just going to do 3. So I can show you here. So today we're going to learn the first 3, and then the following week we'll learn the next 3, or, we'll continue to learn. Okay, so we're going to learn about the sphere, the cube, and the cone. So mom and dad can do a 3-period lesson with you. So today I'm going to do a 3-period lesson with you. Okay, so this is cone, cube, sphere. Can you guys say it with me? Cone, cube, sphere. Can you guys point to the sphere? Did you guys point to this one? That's right. Can you point to the cube? Did you point to this one? That's right. And did you point to the cone? This one. Okay. Now let's do this again. Can you point to the cone? The cube? The sphere. Okay. Now, I want you guys to shout it out. Okay, maybe not too loud because you might scare mommy and daddy, but whenever I'm pointing to a geometric solid, you're going to tell me the name of it, okay? Did you guys say sphere? Cube? Cone. Very nice. Let's do this again, okay? Ready? Let's say it together. Cone, cube, sphere. At home, you guys probably don't have these objects or these geometric solids, but you can find objects that represent these geometric solids. So let me show you with these cards. okay? And see if you guys can find it at home, okay? Let's start with the sphere. Do you guys have a ball? A ball is a sphere. So if you can find a ball at home, you can roll it around. You can roll it around so you can see what a sphere is, okay? Oh, what is this? It's an orange. Can you guys find an orange at home? An orange is a sphere. How about marbles? Can you guys find marbles? Marbles is a sphere shape. Oh, a lot of you guys might have a globe. The globe of the planet Earth is a sphere. I know Christmas is not here anymore, but an ornament is a sphere. Some ornaments are sphere. Okay, now let's do cone. Okay. Oh, what is this? I think everyone loves this. It's an ice cream cone. So an ice cream cone is a cone. It's just upside down. So if you turn it around, do you see the cone shape? A party hat is a cone. Maybe you guys have a party hat from birthday parties before the shelter in place. One of these cones, I think they're emergency cones. Maybe you can see them when you drive outside with your mommy and daddy. You can see a cone. A witch's hat is a cone. The top part is a cone. And some Christmas trees are cone shapes as well. Okay, now let's do a cube. Okay. What objects can you find around the house that is the shape of a cube? A Rubik's Cube. Dice from board games. Alphabet blocks are cubes. Maybe you guys have some alphabet blocks at home. A cardboard box can be a cube as long as they have equal 4 sides, because a box can be rectangular too. Presents as well can come in a cube shape. Ooh, and let me show you one thing that you guys might be familiar with. Do you guys remember what these are? These are magnets that you probably have at home and you remember playing with them at school. You see? Can we count how many squares we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And did you know with these 6 squares you can make a cube? Let's do it, okay? Let's see if Miss Alice can make a cube with this. Ta-da! Miss Alice made a cube. You see? So using 6 squares, you put them together, you can make a cube. What other 3D shapes can you make? Okay, so after all these 3 shapes, let's color the first 3 that we learned. Okay, so let's do it together. Sphere. A cone. And a cube. Next time we'll learn about 3 more shapes. Can you guys find stuff around your house that's the shape of a sphere, a cone, and a cube, and ask mommy and daddy to take a picture of it and post it on our comment box so we can see what items or what objects you have at home that represents these 3 shapes. Okay, wasn't that fun? Happy hunting, my friends. Now Miss Maria's gonna do some math, okay?
Hello friends, happy Friday. So today we're going to be working on 2 worksheets with math. So let's see. So I have this worksheet, and we will be doing, for the first worksheet, we will be doing adding. So if you have any objects at home that you can use to count, go ahead and take them out. And let's see, I'm going to take out my pencil. Okay, so for the first worksheet, it says draw 1 more fish and then count how many. So here we have 1, 2, and we're going to draw 1 more fish. Let's see if I can draw a fish. There's my fish with the little eye. So if we're adding 1 more fish, We have 2 here. And we're adding 1 more. How many do we have? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 fish. So we can go ahead and write in the number 3 here. Okay, and let's work on the next problem. So let's see. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 fish. And if we draw 1 more fish in here, how many do we have? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 1 more. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 fish. So we can write in the number 8. Okay, and I'll go ahead and let you do the rest of the worksheet. Okay, and then the next worksheet is going to be taking away. So instead of adding 1 more, we will be taking 1 away. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 seahorse. And if we take 1 away, let's draw an X to take 1. How many do we have now? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 seahorse. So we can write the number 4 in here. Okay, and then the next box, it says to take away 1 whale. So if we make an X and take away 1 whale, how many do we have left? 1, 2. We have 2 whales. So go ahead and write the number 2. Okay, and I'll go ahead and let you finish the next boxes. And now, I think Miss Alice and I will be doing the song that we've been learning this whole week. Okay, let me put this over.
Yay! Do you guys know the song by heart? Let's do it. Oh, 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 oh. Spread your wings like a stingray. Sway left, sway right. Jump like a starfish. Open and close, nice and wide. Tiptoe from side to side. Clickety clap, clickety clap. Jiggle like a jellyfish. Jiggle to the front, jiggle to the back. Let me see you jiggle to the front, jiggle to the back. Jiggle to the front, jiggle to the back. Oh, jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Let's go. Come dive with me under the sea, where all the sea creatures are living happily. Come dive with me under the sea, where all the sea creatures are living happily. Dive like a dolphin, dive up, dive down, shimmer like a kingfish. He's a king without a crown. Hunt like a great white shark, circle round and round, camouflage like an octopus, never to be found. Where did he go? Mr. Octopus! Did you know that an octopus has 8 arms? 1 arm, 2 arms, 3 arms, 4 arms, 5 arms, 6 arms, 7 and 8. Come and dive with me under the sea, where all the sea creatures are living happily. Come dive with me under the sea, where all the sea creatures are living happily. Sway, star jump, tiptoe, jiggle, dive, shimmer. Let's go. Come dive with me under the sea,
where all the sea creatures are living happily. Come dive with me under the sea, where all the sea creatures are living happily.
Yay, that was fun. It was fun singing it the whole week, wasn't it, everyone? Okay, well, I can't wait to see you guys sing it with us when you guys come back to school, okay? So now Miss Anna is going to do language.
So last week we did the first vowel, and that was letter A. Today we're doing the vowel letter E. That helps us make words with all the consonants. And in our classroom we have a lot of alphabet rubbings with it's sandpaper. And the kids could take it and then they wet their fingers and they trace the letters with their fingers. And then what else they could do is get a piece of paper. They'll put the paper on top of the sand letter, and they could get a crayon, and they'll rub. And then the letters come out. We also have numbers that are made out of sandpaper that you could practice rubbing and learn how to write them too. So this vowel is letter E. It makes a egg sound. So what we have that starts with letter E is a egg, an Easter egg. Elephant, eel, an eye, and an eggplant. That all start with the letter E. And if you come into the room, you could use any of these sand letters or the sand numbers and get a piece of paper and rub them, and they all come out on paper like that. And usually what we do for the kids, we have them hold it down to rub, or sometimes we'll end up putting tape on it so it won't move for them to learn how to rub. Okay, next we're going to do the letter E. So first, you're going to trace your name or write your name. And then a capital E, you start from left to right on the top. Then you go from top to bottom. Left to right, left to right. The little E, you start from the middle, make a line left to right, and make a half a circle that it doesn't meet. Okay? So capital is left to right, top to bottom, left to right, left to right, start in the middle, left to right, and make a half a circle. And then you could put the day. May 1st, 2020. Okay? And you keep going all the way to the end. And then it says capital E is blue. Little e is green. So I'm going to color all the capital E's. You guys could do this with me at the same time I'm doing it. Color. And this evening at 3:30, if you have any questions on any of the homework that we have done or that we did today, and you have any questions about it, feel free to talk about it in the Zoom class today. And we could talk about it and go over it together. Can anybody guess what this picture might be? It starts with the letter E too. You're right. It's Earth, the planet Earth. So this one I'm going to do it with you guys completely. Okay, you guys see any more capital E's? Nope. Okay, so now we're going to do lowercase e's. And a capital E is all the water that we have on Earth. And the lowercase e is the land. Okay, there goes your planet Earth. And then we have another one, another worksheet. This is capital E on the first line that you could trace from the big dot. And then here you could try to make more capital E's, or you could try to see if you can make little e's by yourself. Okay, and then it says color the picture that begins like elephant. Elephant. So one is, I'm going to make it a yellow because you can't see white on white. So I'm going to make it an egg, color an egg. And then find all the pictures that start with like elephant. Okay? And then the last paper we have is again cutting and gluing, and this one has lowercase e that you could write. Okay, and find the picture that okay, if it starts with like egg, you put it underneath the egg. If it doesn't start like egg, you put it underneath the sad face again. So let's put glue here. And we're going to glue envelope. And then the next one is a cat. Does cat start with like egg? No. So you glue it here. Okay, and then you finish cutting them out and gluing them. Okay, next is going to be Miss Alice going to read you a story.
Okay, my friends. You know Miss Alice loves to read stories to you guys. So before we get to the story, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of review what we learned this week about coral reefs. So coral, can you guys tell me what I have right here? It's the planet Earth. So let's see where the coral reefs are located in planet Earth. Do you guys remember what Miss Alice talked about on Monday about where coral reefs are located? Are they located all the way at the bottom of the sea? Did you say no? Did you shake your head? I think I saw you shake your head. Yep, so they don't locate in the bottom of the sea. They locate a little bit more closer to the surface because coral reefs need, what do they need? Did you say sun? They do need sunlight. That's why all the corals are different colors, because they need sunlight to produce the energy, the food, the nutrition, nutrients for the fishies and the animals that live in the coral reef. So let's talk about where we can find coral reefs, okay? So you have the planet Earth, you can see here. And then you have like different coastal islands, right? So let's go over the continents, okay? Let's see if you guys remember the continents. What continent is this? That's right, that's North America. And how about this one? South America. Let's turn it. What continent is this? Europe, Africa. Did you say Asia? I think I heard you say Asia. And then don't forget this one. Which one's this one? Australia. And there's this really cold one at the bottom of the earth. Did you say Antarctica? That's right, that's Antarctica. So let Miss Alice kind of locate some of the tropical areas of the world and where you can find coral reefs. Okay, so in the United States, in North America, in the United States, there is a little island called Hawaii. It's probably somewhere right here. And some of you probably have been to Hawaii, and I know Hawaii has a few coral reefs that you can kind of dive under and to see all the animals. There are some coral reefs in Central America, which is right here between North America and South America. So there's a few coral reefs in this area as well. Where else can there be coral reefs? Probably in Australia. Some of the islands in Australia are off the coast. There can be some coral reefs. Right? So how do we save the coral reef? Do you guys know? What can we do to protect our coral reef? Because knowing what to do is very important. Remember, knowledge is power. So can you guys name something that you can do to save the coral reef? Did you guys say save some water? Yes, so saving water, not wasting water can save the coral reef. How about not throwing trash into the ocean? Into the water, recycling, so we know that our trash and our recyclables don't, contaminate the water in the ocean or get thrown in the ocean. So whenever the beaches are open again, or if you ever go visit the coral reef or anything near water, just make sure you clean up after yourself, okay? So those are a few things that you can do to save the coral reef. Okay, so now let's get ready for a story. So this story is called Commotion in the Ocean. You guys ready? You guys have your listening ears open? Okay. Commotion in the ocean. There's a curious commotion at the bottom of the ocean. I think we ought to go and take a look. You'll find every sort of creature that lives beneath the sea swimming through the pages of this book. There are dolphins and whales and penguins. There are jellyfish and sharks. There are turtles and the big white polar bear. Polar bear? In the sea? In the ocean? I don't know about that. We'll see what happens. But can you see behind the wrecks and in between the rocks? Let's take a look and find who's hiding there. Can you see that? Can you guys name an animal you see? Did you guys say shark? Where? I don't see it. Where's the shark? There it is. Oh, I see. Jellyfish. The jellyfish is hiding from you guys. Let's learn about crab. Crab. The crab likes walking sideways, and I think the reason why is to make himself look sneaky and pretend that he's a spy. How do we be a spy? Can we guys hide? Okay, now let's talk about turtles. Turtles, we crawl up the beach from the water to bury our eggs on dry land. We lay a whole batch, and then when they hatch, they scamper about in the sand. Okay, you see the turtles? Pitter patter, because they don't have they have flappers, but they don't have like feet, like they don't have toes, so they can't really walk or crawl, so they pitter patter to the ocean. Oh, there's our crabs. They're hiding. Do you think they're chasing the turtles into the water? They have pincers. It's gonna hurt, so don't get your hands or fingers caught in the pincer. Dolphins. The wonderful things about dolphins is hearing them trying to speak. It's not how do you do, as I'd say to you. It's more of a click, whistle, squeak. Can you guys make dolphin noises? Do dolphins talk like us? No, I think they go eat, eat, eat. Is that how a dolphin talks? Nah, Miss Alice is silly. I don't think dolphins talk like that. They go squeak, squeak, click, click, or they whistle. Can you guys whistle? Yeah, Miss Alice ain't a great whistler. Okay, angelfish. Hello, I am the angelfish, darling, the prettiest thing in the sea. What a shame there are no other creatures as gorgeous and lovely as me. Where's the angelfish? I think the angelfish is waving hi. She's like saying, look how pretty am I. Am I pretty? Hi there. Jellyfish. The jellyfish just loves to jiggle, which other fish think is quite not so nice. She knows that it's not all that useful, but jiggling is lots of fun. So can you guys see the jellyfish? There's different types of jellyfish. There's this big one here, there's a small one here, and they jiggle. Can you guys jiggle like the song that we sung? Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Shark. Ooh, this one's a big one. I swim with a grin up to greet you. See how my jaws open wide? Why don't you come a bit closer? Please take a good look inside. You sure you want to come closer? No, don't go too close or else the shark's going to eat you. Are you sure? Oh, no, don't. Run away, fishies, run away. Swordfish. I love to chase after small fishies. It keeps me from getting too bored. And then when I start feeling hungry, I skewer a few on my sword. Oh no, it's almost noon. Are you guys getting hungry? I think the swordfish is getting hungry. Be careful, fishies. Okay. Octopus. Having 8 arms can be useful. You may think it looks a bit funny, but it helps me to hold all my children and tickle each one on their tummy. Imagine if we had 8 arms or 8 legs. What do you think we can do with them? We can tickle each other, that's for sure, or give lots of hugs. Not now, but maybe later on when everything is back to normal and everything is safe, we can probably hug each other with 8 arms all nice and tight, and we'll tickle. We can probably hug 8 people and tickle 8 friends. Or we can have 8 things to eat by holding 1 in each arm. I think we would look silly too, right? We would probably look like an octopus if we had 8 arms. Let's tickle the octopus. Tickle, 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 tickle. I don't think we would tickle a swordfish. We might get hurt. Stingray. At the bottom of the ocean, the stingray flaps his wings, but don't you get too close to him. His tail really stings. So here's a stingray. And the stingray likes to hide in the sand so they can sneak up on you. And you have to watch out for the tail or else it's gonna zap you. Ouch, that hurts. So make sure you be careful not to touch the stingray's tail, okay? Unless someone at the aquarium tells you that it's safe to. But you have to make sure it's safe, okay? Lobster. Never shake hands with the lobster. It isn't a wise thing to do. With a clippity clap and a snippity snap, he would snap all your fingers in two. Oh no, like crabs, they have snappers. Don't get your fingers caught in there, it's gonna hurt. Snippity snap, snippity snap. Deep sea. Miles below the surface, where the water's dark and deep, live the most amazing creatures that you could ever meet. There are fish of all descriptions, of every shape and size. Some have giant pointy teeth and great big bulgy eyes. Some of them can walk around and balance on their fins, but the strangest fish of all have glowing whiskers on their chin. Ooh, look how dark the deep sea is. Coral reefs isn't deep and isn't dark. It's usually bright, unless it's nighttime. But in the deep sea, it's pretty dark, and they have animals that have flashlights. You see? So they can see or scare people or scare other fishies. Let's not get too deep in the deep sea. Wow, a blue whale. There's no other beast on the planet as big as the giant blue whale. He measures a massive 100 feet long from his head to the tip of his tail. We're just a bunch of barnacles, and all we do is cling. We know it's not that glamorous, but it's our favorite thing. So these are barnacles. I think these are what the whales eat. You see the blue whale's mouth? It gets stuck in the blue whale's mouth, so that's something that the blue whale eats. Do you think the blue whale is as big as this classroom? I think so. I don't think you can fit a blue whale in here. And plus, blue whale's not supposed to be in a classroom anyways. It's supposed to be in the water, in the ocean, where there's a lot of space for it to swim and chase you and eat some barnacles. Imagine if you had these stuck on your chin or your belly. Wouldn't that be funny? Silly? I don't know. Walruses. Our bodies are covered with blubber and our tusks are incredibly long. We're grumpy and proud and we bellow out loud to show that we're mighty and strong. Urgh. No, that's a pirate. Sorry. Walrus doesn't do that. Urgh. Can you guys do it with me? Urgh. You guys probably seen some of these. Look at the tusk. Imagine if we had those. How would we eat? Penguins. We waddle around on our icebergs, which makes our feet slither and slide. And when we get close to the water, we leap with the splash off the side. Whee! Splash. I bet you guys like to make some splashing noises when you guys jump in the pool. Polar bears. Deep out in the Arctic, the mommy polar bear snuggles up with all her children since it's very cold out there. Oh, look at the polar bears. Super cute. They're snuggling with their mommies like you guys are probably doing at home. What a lot of creatures we have seen beneath the sea. What a lot of funny things they do. Some of them might lick their lips and eat you in one bite, and some might want to swim around with you. The dolphin's very friendly and the lobster's very fierce, but the shark is the most dangerous by far. Can you name the other friends we've made along the way? See if you can tell me who they are. So on the comment box, make sure you let us know what other animals you think live in the ocean or in the sea. Or if we haven't named one yet, let us know. Okay, the end. I hope you guys enjoyed that story, Commotion in the Ocean. Now, Miss Maria is gonna finish the arts and crafts that you guys have been doing all week long. Thank you for joining me.
Hello again. So we have been working on our coral reef this whole week. I want to see what your box looks like. This is what ours is starting to look like. So our last part is going to be to add some sand at the bottom of the bottom. And then we're going to add our little crab friend in there. And then I have my little seahorse. You can either tape it to the back or you can hang it like I did. So I just made a little hole at the top of the box, and then with a rubber band, I just put the rubber band right inside that little hole, and then made a little hole also on the seahorse so it can hang. See, isn't that cool? See, it's coming along really nicely. So today we are going to need some sand and glue. So if you don't have sand, you can use either salt, or you can use maybe a little bit of dirt that we have outside, or anything really that can go under on the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to use my glue, and I am going to put some. Not a lot, because if we put a lot, then it's going to be a little messy, but we're going to put some glue at the bottom. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to grab some of the sand, and then we're going to sprinkle it inside the box. Just like that. And you could add as much sand as you'd like. And it's going to get a little messy, but it's okay. We'll clean it up later. Okay, and then I'm going to add my little crab friend. Where should we put him? Should we put him in here next to the seahorse? There you go. See? We are done with our art project for this week. I'm so excited for what we're going to be doing next week. Please take a picture of your project and post it on our comment box so we can see what yours looks like. Okay, and now Miss Anna will join us with another project.
Can I have all the kids stand up? We're gonna do some movements. We're gonna move like some coral reef animals. Okay, so we're gonna put your hands together and we're gonna dive like whales. Dive like whales. Put your arms out and you're gonna wiggle like a jellyfish. Wiggle like a jellyfish. Move those arms back and forth, wiggle your hips, and move around like a jellyfish. Can we swim like a fish? Swim like a fish? Or lay still like a starfish on the rocks, relaxing. Or we could move like a snake or an eel that moves around in the water. Or we could just clap our fingers like this, like a crab, and move side to side because they move side to side. Okay? Please practice and do these on when we talk on Zoom. And you could also bring your diorama under the sea coral to Zoom today and show us during Zoom time. Okay? And then I'm going to start telling you for next week. Next week, since we're already in May, we're going to start talking about Africa. We're going to talk about desert, chains of lakes for landforms and waters. Insects, whole parts of the plant. So we're going to be doing a lot of things. We're going to get ready for Mother's Day. And then toward the end of the month, if we're still here, we're going to get doing art projects for Memorial Day. But we're going to have a lot of fun activities every day. We're going to be doing a lot of hands-on, a lot of things that we could add on to other stuff. And then on your packet today, we also added a list of all the supplies we need for next week. It looks kind of long, but it's just little pieces of paper that we need. Construction paper we need of black, yellow, green, red, blue, white. A glue, and then there's going to be a printout of an African flag. So we're going to make an Africa flag. And then for Cinco de Mayo, we're going to make maracas. So you need a plastic Easter egg, 2 spoons, and something to put inside the egg to make noises. And then we're going to do a project for a giraffe, make the color of their skins, and then make a shadow print of an animal that's in the safari. And then on one day we're going to make a pyramid. So you need black construction paper, cotton balls, white or brown construction paper, glue, and scissors. And then for Mother's Day, it's a special project, but you need popsicle sticks if you have any, or use strips, cut out strips. Anything to put sequins, glitter, buttons, anything you could find at home to decorate it. And a pink or red construction paper, glue, and markers. And this is just for next week. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me for Zoom today. And then I have another story for you. This is called, this is from the Arthur Eric Clarke. His is Mission Seahorse, Mr. Seahorse. It says, Mr. and Mrs. Seahorse drift gently through the sea. Mrs. Seahorse began to wiggle and twist this way and that way. It's time for me to lay my eggs, she said. Can I help? Asked Mr. Seahorse. Oh, yes, thank you, said Mrs. Seahorse. And she laid her eggs in a pouch on Mr. Seahorse's belly. I'll take good care of our eggs, said Mr. Seahorse. I promise. And Mr. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea. He passed right by a group of trumpet fish hidden in a patch of reef. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. "How are you, Mr. Sticklyback?" asked Mr. Seahorse. "Delighted," replied Mr. Sticklyback. "I just built a nest and right away Mrs. Sticklyback laid her eggs into it. Now I am taking good care of them until they hatch." "Keep up the good work," said Mr. Seahorse, and swam on his way. And Mr. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea. He passed right by a lionfish hidden behind a coral reef. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. "How are you, Mr. Tilapala?" asked Mr. Seahorse. Mr. Tilapala couldn't answer. His mouth was full of eggs. I know, said Mr. Seahorse. "Mrs. Tilapala laid her eggs. Now you are taking good care of them until they're hatched." Mr. Tilapala nodded his head. "You must be very happy," said Mr. Seahorse, and swam on his way. As Mr. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea, he passed right by a pair of leaf fish hidden among the seaweed. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. "How are you, Mr. Kirkus?" asked Mr. Seahorse. "Perfectly fine," replied Mr. Kirkus. "Mr. Kirkus laid her eggs, and I have stuck them on my head. Now I am taking good care of them until they hatch." See, they're all right there stuck on his head. "You are doing a good job," said Mr. Seahorse, and swam on his way. And Mr. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea. He passed right by a stonefish hidden behind a rock. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. "How are you, Mr. Pipe?" asked Mr. Seahorse. "Couldn't be better," replied Mr. Pipe. "Mr. Pipe laid her eggs along my belly. Now I'm taking good care of them until they hatch." "You should feel proud of yourself," said Mr. Seahorse, and swam on his way. Mr. Pipe has them all the way on the bottom of his belly. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. "How are you, Mr. Bullhead?" asked Mr. Seahorse. "Tip-top," replied Mr. Bullhead. Mrs. Bullhead laid her eggs, and the eggs hatched. "Now I'm babysitting." "You are doing a fine job," said Mr. Seahorse, and swam on his way. The time has come for the seahorse babies to be born. Mr. Seahorse wiggled and twisted this way and that. At last the baby tumbled from Mr. Seahorse's pouch and swam away. One baby turned around and tried to come back into the pouch. "Oh no," said Mr. Seahorse. "I do love you, but not you are ready to be on your own." The end. So it seems like all the animals that live in the coral reef, the daddy carries them and takes care of them, while mommy has them. Okay, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait to see you all next week for the remote learning. That's going to be an hour all next week. And I would love to see you guys tonight at 3:30 to 4 on Zoom chat. And bring all your stuff if you have any questions, or bring your diorama so we can see it on Zoom chat. I love to see you there. Bye.